Good morning and welcome back for another video. And today I had a little bit of an issue already, and it's always 7 o'clock in the morning because over the weekend somebody else used my truck, or on the Friday night maybe, and what they've done is they've left the charging port plugged into the cigarette lighter 24 volt over the weekend, and it's made my battery die. And to be fair, I can't really blame them because they didn't know it was going to be draining all the power over the weekend, because normally it would cut everything off when the engine turns off, but not with this truck. He likes to try and draw that little bit of power on every single bit that can draw power from and leave my battery dead. For the plan of action now, I've got to drive to our road depot, collect another vehicle, and I'm using that for the day. But first, I need to get myself some lunch from Morrison's because I can't use my cooking stove, which is in my truck. I've got no means of dinner, so might as well get a meal deal whilst I'm here, since it's literally next door to our other depot. Yeah. Gotta be done. Meal deal? Well, there's something new for you, and it's one thing I've never thought of imagining, and it kind of blew my mind, but I've got to show you. Aunt Bess's apple crumble custard pale ale. That's right, that is ale, 4.5%, apple crumble flavoured Aunt Bess's. What the actual hell is going on in this world? I'm actually quite tempted to get it just to see what it tastes like. I'm really intrigued. Oh my god, that looks so good. I can't get it. I'm trying to eat healthy. This is our truck for today. I'm going for Thanatos. I don't know. I can't pronounce the bloody names of these things. Vehicle checks are all done. Very nice and clean. Gary really does look after his trucks. I mean, every driver here, to be honest with you, has pride in their vehicles, which is bloody amazing. Really is a good change to see. Plan of action now is to drive back to Haydock, collect our trailer, and then I've got 2 deliveries. I've got one on Omega North, I think it is, or Omega South in Warrington, just by Burton Wood Services. And then the second one is at Woolston. So that's booked in for 11 o'clock, the second one as well. Time is 8:15, so we're looking good for time at the moment. Get back, hook up to the trailer, and get straight off. Just on the way now to the first one. Finally left the yard. Trailer checks are all done. Everything's sorted out, what needs to be sorted. And it's just coming up to 9 o'clock. So we are making good timing. Hopefully my first place won't keep me there too long. I've only got 3 pallets to take off, so it shouldn't be too bad. And then I've got 4 pallets at my second drop over in Woolston. Well, that's a 12 o'clock booking, but I can get in for about 11 o'clock, I do believe. So if I get in between 11 and 11, still making good progress out throughout the day. And this first drop is literally just a couple of minutes away, really. So I can't see myself getting stuck here for over 2 hours anyhow. Checking the mirrors, let's cut the corners or anything. So this truck I'm driving as well is, I think it's Gary's truck. It's a MAN also, and I've got to say the MANs, especially the newer models, they aren't really nice drives, to be fair. Nice and smooth steering wheel, acceleration's okay on them as well. Not the best with traction sometimes, you do get a little bit of the wheel spin if the road is a little bit wet, but that's just an issue with MANs overall. Like, no matter which MAN I've drove recently or older ones, don't have a similar issue with that. I've had to have the camera set up as well, so my shoulder for today, instead of being on the dashboard, because obviously I'm in a different truck. The dashboard thing I have for the GoPro, it's fixed on there, so it's stuck on in place, so I can't really take it off. Yeah, I've got space to go straight now, so I am having it behind me for today. Let me know your thoughts as well. Which do you prefer? prefer the dash cam itself, because I might start mixing up a little bit, so it's not just full on dash camera every time I'm driving around somewhere. At least if it's over the shoulder, it's a little different view for you, isn't it? I don't know what the audio's going to come out like when I'm talking, but it's quite a good microphone on the GoPro I'm using. And just in case you are wondering which GoPro I'm using, it is the Black Edition Season 9. It's a very good one as well, 4K. And it can go up to 5K as well if you really wanted to, but there's not really much point. The amount of memory space it takes up between that and 4K, you can't really tell the difference, to be fair. A lot of TVs can't even handle anything over 4K, probably. Now, if you're watching on a mobile phone as well, 1080 is perfectly fine for that, isn't it? The downside with this truck, it keeps changing the units of what we use to drive. So I've just got to change them now on the settings quickly. It always takes a second to do it when you're full. Units and the system, instead of it being metric, well, it's amp. Sorry, start that bit again. Got a bit of a tongue twister there. It's currently set in metric instead of being imperial. So when I'm driving, it's on the kilometers per hour instead of miles per hour, basically. Don't know why this truck does that. Every time you get in and out, it changes it. So I need to keep an eye on that before I set off. So I'm driving down the road, I'm doing 30 miles an hour. Maybe coming up saying like 76 or whatever it is converts to. They're quite confusing. Like looking down thinking, I'm doing 70 odd miles per hour. Possible. Those dimensional units were different. See now, 40 miles per hour. Take. Now they decide to speed up a little bit. It's always the way, isn't it? It can be a bit frustrating though sometimes as a truck driver. You got a car in front of you, it's only doing 50 miles per hour, and then you go to overtake and then the speed up. And you're like, why? Why are you doing that to me? Just gone as well was Truck Fest over in Knutsford. Really good day out, a little bit too busy if being honest. Yeah, it's just a little bit too busy when you're going in between all the trucks and going like down the middle areas. There's a lot of crowds all congregating around the same areas at the same time. It's kind of like a little bit off-putting and stuff, especially like with little man. I don't really want him running around in between people, going missing. So Haydock was a bit better for the crowd control, but it was less people going there, I suppose. Overall though, really good. If you're interested in seeing what Truckfest is actually like, if you go onto my YouTube channel, I've done a vlog for visiting Truckfest in Knutsford. You had the monster trucks, which was bloody amazing, really fun to watch, and same for the bikers as well. They had 2 dirt bike drivers, and they were doing stunts, jumping over like ramps from one ramp to the other, doing backflips and Supermans and whatnot. But yeah, overall, really good day out. Let's get the armrest sorted. I feel like I'm losing my voice a little bit though. It's a little bit croaky today, isn't it? A little bit tender as well the last few days. Nothing but cough medicine and cough sweets over the weekend, trying to get it sorted out. Last thing I want is to try and get like laryngitis again. Bloody hell, I was a pain that last time. That's one of my earlier vlogs as well. Driving down towards Kent, lost my voice completely. It wasn't fun. Winter's coming anyhow. When I got up this morning at 5 AM, getting ready for 5:30. No, actually, what is it, 5:30? Tell a lie, it was 6:30. So I got up for 6 o'clock today. 6:30 left the house, and it was still absolutely pitch black. Whereas, say, 3 weeks ago, left the house at 6 o'clock in the morning, or 6:30, and it was probably like this is now, nice and bright. Literally a week or two, it's gone completely pitch black now. I think the clocks will be changing shortly as well, aren't they? I think they're going forward, no, back, forward, back, spring forward. That's how I always remember it. So going back an hour shortly. I believe it's in October, isn't it? Off the top of my head, I can't remember which date or whatnot, but I think it is in October. That's one good thing about the iPhones, isn't it? Technology these days, it automatically updates itself. So when the times do change, forward or backwards, just wake up in the morning, it's all done. Whereas back in the day, you'd have to reset them all, wouldn't you? And a lot of people probably have used that as an excuse to be late for work. Clock's not been set back, etc. There's not much point trying to go for the overtake, so I'm just going to sit back a little bit and do the 54. Coming off after this junction anyway. There's no point sitting in the middle lane, taking 2 miles to overtake somebody. Happy just to sit back and relax. Do have a little bit of a camera here as well for the left hand side, so it covers the blind spot, which is, I think, it's a really good view of the camera. So when you look on it, I can see directly to my left, which also helps, doesn't it? So if you're wondering what camera that is, that's what that does. It's just a blind spot camera. So it's 10 past 9, I'm absolutely starving. Might be on an early lunch today. my god. The chocks. That's going to cause a bloody accident, isn't it? A pair of chocks have come off the truck. Look at that, will cause an accident with a car. Good old automatic trucks, eh? I remember working for a concrete company doing class 2 work, and the gears, what we had was a split shift, but I think it was top of my head 16 gears that we had to go through. So the way the 16 gearbox splitter works, you have 4 gears, like your 1, 2, 3, 4, knock it to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, flick switch up, knock it to the left, do your next 4, and then knock it to the right again, do your other 4. Oh my god, that was such pain in the backside when you got a heavy load on. Literally go like 1, done, 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 next, done, done. My word. Just get out of it by the end of the day. Changing gears about 600 times in an hour. Right, so we're just coming up to our destination on the left hand side. Omega North, no, Omega South it is. Omega South in Warrington. North's the other one where Hermes is. For an hour or two then after all. One getting unloaded at the moment underneath the canopy, and I've got one in front of me, might be a full load for them. I've been here probably about 20 minutes so far, so gonna be at least another half hour or so before I get out of this place. Still on time though, still making good progress, because if I turn up to my second client too early I'll get refused, so I might as well kill a bit of time waiting in to get unloaded instead of waiting in lay-by somewhere, isn't it? I'm glad I'm underneath that canopy to get unloaded, because this weather is bloody awful. Luckily in the meantime, whilst waiting, I can play a little bit of Witcher 3. Bloody freezing out there. I'm absolutely soaked. Next one, let's go, 10:30. The bays at this place are so bad. You don't get a lot of space at all to drive in front to straighten up your trailer if you need to do a shunt. And yeah, that's me. Got to get inside this bay here, around with that trailer there, as well as other units. I'm not looking forward to this. At least I'm on the end bay, so that helps a little bit. But it's just a trailer in front, so when you try and get around, you just want to go forward. Well, there's not a lot of space to do that. Should be okay though. That was on there, no problems, that, straight away. Sometimes they just look worse than what they actually are. I've been speaking to the lady at the transport desk here as well, and I could be here for about half hour to an hour, give or take. So I've walked down to the canteen already, got myself a little brew. It's got a really good canteen here as well, but it's closed until 12, so it kind of sucks because it's 11:30 now, and I don't want to just sit down, start making a meal, and then obviously the trailer be loaded. I've just seen loads of water come off that trailer then, like a waterfall. It's crazy. Pulled off, turned to the side, it's just like a big tsunami come off the top of the trailer. Anyways, back to the point of what I was making. I don't really want to be eating my dinner and then having to rush, get back, so I've got my sandwiches anyway, so I'm gonna have them. Spoke to the office at our side, and I'm looking to be getting a night out tomorrow, so I don't know where I'm gonna be going, but stay tuned. Maybe at the end of the video I'll know, and yeah, I'll tell you guys where I'm gonna be staying out tomorrow. 2 o'clock already, the truck's ready. And what we need to do now is we're going to load this from one side. FLT guys go drop his pallet over this side, well, there. Then I'm going to pump it over to the other side. Easy. The only problem is some of the pallets are about a ton, so. On the way now to my final collection over on Liverpool docks. So I'm just in Bootle at the moment, somewhere around the corner from where we need to be going. Get past all these. Parking isn't great around this area, as you can see. If you've ever been down this way from a Bootle area near the docks, that's a nightmare trying to drive a truck through this little section. and just on the left hand side you have the tip. I say it's going to be my last collection anyway. I've got to collect a driver after this. Oh, what's happening there? Little bloody warning signs and whatnot there, but it's not needed. So I've got to collect a driver after I've done the Liverpool docks. I think his truck's going in for service or something. So he's due to get there for 3:30. I'm not too sure whereabouts it is though, whether it's in Manchester or is it in Liverpool area. Go on, bud. Let you through, go on, mate. So I'm just waiting for the postcode to come through for that one. Just let it through, it's easier, isn't it? And that beeping when you turn left is, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but you have these like little sensor bars. That means that there's something in the way with a bit of interference. So it could be like a post or something picking up on the sensor. And ideally we're going straight ahead, but we can't. So we can only do a right turn from here, or a left turn, but we're going to the right. So we need to enter into the other side of the port and then drive ourselves around. I think my voice is going to be gone by the end of the week. Definitely feels like it's going. Little scratchy razor blades, it feels like at the moment, right at the tip of my throat. I don't know how to use them sat nav today either. It stayed in the bag today. So it's good, isn't it, when you know everywhere you're going? You've been there a few times before. Makes life a lot easier, doesn't it? You knowing exactly where to pull up to, which bits you need to reverse into, etc. It always helps. This here on the left hand side is still the docks as well. I'm doing 40 miles an hour at the moment. So since that turning, it shows how big the docks are. And especially the point where we actually get onto the docks, it goes quite a bit further down as well. I'm not too sure how far down, because I've not actually been around the docks too much really, but I've been down up and down the main road. But there's thousands of containers there on the left hand side. I do believe to enter that bit though, you've got to do like an induction or something on the docks. If you're doing container work, if you're here for the first time, you can't just drive on, you've got to do like a big induction for it all. Switch over with the maritime driver behind. So 20 miles an hour around here. So if you ever do come here for delivery or a collection, make sure you do that 20 miles per hour. Because the police, right here. So the police around here are quite eager with the speed gun. They'll sit down the main road, waiting for drivers to come up and down, try and catch you out. So always make sure you stick to that 20 miles per hour. Must be off on 32 miles per hour. I don't know how much the camera's going to pick up though when it's back there behind me. See much of the roads and what's around. Stick cruise control on 20 miles per hour. And away we go. It's very bumpy now, that is one thing for sure. The camera probably is going to pick that up, the bumps. The little potholes that are around. You have a train as well that comes right through the middle section, so you need to make sure you keep an eye on the lights in the crossing. You got got P&O ferries on the right hand side. Oh, birdie, get out of the way. I think my next purchase is going to be a microphone. I need to get a DJI microphone that goes with a GoPro. Just so if the camera shot is behind or it's on the dashboard, just a little bit better audio for you then, isn't it, as well? Always helps, doesn't it, to improve the video quality for the viewer experience. Not too sure how much they are for a decent one. I'll grab a look tonight, see how much they are. Try and get one purchased over the next few weeks. Waiting for the driver now to arrive. It's currently 3:20, so I've come here a little bit early. Been here about 10 minutes so far. I think he's about 5 minutes away when I spoke to the office. Good thing about it, this is where we are though. He's just across the way. If you're into your football, over there is the new Everton ground getting built on the docks. That looks quite big really, isn't it? Well, I don't know how many seats it's going to be, but it's a big one. But you see little people on the rooftop just walking around. They look tiny over there compared to the size of the place. Once the driver's here, then it'll be straight back to the yard, empty off. Then we've got to take the unit itself back over to the St Helens depot. And that'll be me done for the day. So I should be done for 5 o'clock, nice and easy. Time is now 6 o'clock. Home time. Got my shift start through for tomorrow as well. 4 AM. So it's a nice 3 o'clock in the morning get up to get in work for 4 o'clock in the morning. And we're going down to London. First job is just off the M40, and then we've got a couple around Wimbledon and then somewhere else. I think it's 4 drops altogether. So yeah, that's going to be tomorrow. That's going to be quite fun. So make sure you stay tuned for that one. But for today's vlog, I'm going to call it a day. And if you do enjoy the videos, don't forget to hit that like, comment and subscribe. And I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.